My name, for those of you who don't know, is Eli Pollard. I'm the Executive Director of the World Parkinson Coalition. And I want to welcome you to the very first ever WPC Leadership Forum. I'm not sure why it took us so long to figure this out. I was joking with someone earlier that I'm a little slow on these things, but we finally got it right. For the last 4 Congresses, we've always found a way to bring the leaders, or the last 3 Congresses, we've always found a way to bring leaders together, but it's often been for a lunch or a cocktail reception, and those are always fun. No one had complaints about that, but it didn't really allow for people to go in deeper on their programs and projects and to talk a little bit more about what was really challenging them, what was inspiring them, and the help that they needed. So that's what today is about. This is the first time we're bringing leaders from all over the world. Some of you are executive directors, some are CEOs, some are running the programs for your organizations, and I think you're all doing amazing work, and it's time to be able to share that work. So we have a lot of ground to cover, so I want to start by first thanking the WPC committee that made this happen. You are looking at the co-chairs up here, Steve Ford, who is the CEO of the Parkinson's UK, and Dr. Maria Barretto from the Parkinson's Disease and Movement Disorder Society of India. I want to thank them for all their work. So it was Steve and Maria and their fabulous committee that solicited ideas from our organizational partners. We have almost 200 organizations that partner with us now. And it was those ideas that came back from all the organizational partners that actually helped create the agenda that you're looking at today. And so we hope that you find great value in that. We think it reflects the challenges and items and things that you'd all like to talk about since it came from the community. So we hope that you appreciate that and learn a tremendous amount today. We specifically front-ended this forum. We put it before the Congress so that you had today, without any other competing activities, to just focus on this and meet each other and connect. And I'm sure you're going to hear people talk who will inspire you, and you'll hear about programs that you want to replicate in your communities. So now you will have the next 4 days to meet with your colleagues and peers and figure out how to implement some new things in your communities. And I like to see, obviously, as things come out of this meeting, please keep us posted so that we can see the impact of this. And we will send you a survey afterward online, and please be honest and give us your feedback, both the good and the bad. We want to hear it all, so that we can make this a better experience for everyone in the future. So I also want to thank our sponsors for today's forum. We have two companies specifically sponsored this forum, and that was Accorda Therapeutics and Adamas Pharmaceuticals. And I know that Michael Coffey is here from Adamas. Thank you. And is anyone here from Accorda? Yeah. Yay, Accorda, lots of hands. Okay, fabulous. Thank you so much. You know, I talked to a lot of the companies and said, if there's anywhere you need to be at the Congress, it's this leadership forum, because this is a room of the people who are actually making things happen around the world. And I think they got it. Certainly those 2 companies understood that and appreciated that, so thank you. And we also have other representatives from other supporters of the Congress in general who are here, and I want to thank those companies. I know David Duff is here from Synapsis, and Marianne is here from AbbVie. I can't see where anyone is, and there's some other representatives. Hi, Marianne, thanks. So those other sponsors sponsored the Congress in general and have helped make this whole WPC experience possible. So thank you. The last 2 people I'd like to thank, and they may or may not even be in the room because they're probably working. One of them is Stacy Story. Stacy, are you in the room? There she is, in the back corner. Stacy's from Parkinson's UK. She's been in touch with all of our speakers and been a tremendous help in designing this and making it all happen today from afar. And Christiana Thurton. Is Christiana in the room? In the very back, hiding. I think some of you know Christiana is my colleague. We have our 2-person office at the WPC. So pretty much everything I know, Christiana knows, and this also wouldn't have happened without her help. So I want to thank Christiana. Thank you. Right. I'm going to turn it over to Marie and Steve and wish you a tremendous day, and I look forward to seeing you today and obviously the rest of the week. Thanks.
So good morning. It's been a long and exciting journey planning this leadership forum, ever since Eli and the organization's committee suggested a day for leaders of the Parkinson's community to come together to meet, deliberate, and forge relationships. The involvement of our partners from the very planning stage through suggestions of sessions and ideas has worked to bring us closer as a global Parkinson's community. We set out with 5 broad areas, and we were really happy with the varied topics in each area that was submitted for presentation and deliberation. Today, organizations that have had decades of experience will share new intervention and strategies, models of excellence in healthcare, initiatives to find a cure, and the ones recently established will share their challenges and the innovative strategies they have developed to set up a PD organization. Coming from a developing world, I know that there are so many people with Parkinson's who have no access to care and treatment. The developed world, too, has its own set of challenges, which involve reaching out and adapting programs for smaller ethnic groups and minorities. We appreciate the participation of the Movement Disorder Society in their endeavor to understand the needs of the larger Parkinson's community. Therapy is always evolving, and we will hear of programs that range from strategies for voice preservation to dance therapy. We will hear of initiatives that focus on the global Parkinson's community, as well as programs that are tailored to meet the needs of small, underserved communities. Strategies that range from digitalization, building online communities, to programs that work at the grassroots level, still at the phase of finding ways to reach the undiagnosed. The format for today's forum includes presentations and deliberations at roundtables. The presentations focus on 2 key areas: programs that reach out to underserved communities and training of trainers. The roundtables will allow for extended discussion on areas of special interest, shared learning amongst participants at each table, an opportunity to question, clarify, give and receive feedback, and interact and meet colleagues with similar interests. We have a long day ahead of us, and I am sure we will all go back with new learning, new ideas that we can contextualize for our individual organizations, simultaneously building a strong global Parkinson's community. I'd like to conclude with a quote from Rabindranath Tagore, a renowned Indian poet, who wrote, "Who is there to take up my duties?" asked the setting sun. The world remained dark and silent. With joined palms, said the earthen palm, "I will do what I can, my master." Thank you.
Thank you, Maria, and I'm not going to say much more to add to those words. I think it's just important to remind ourselves, though, isn't it, that we are the global Parkinson's leadership community. Let's just stop and think about the kind of sense of responsibility that we have as a group of people, but also the potential that we have as well. The potential, I think, to really learn from each other and find something that we can take back that will make a difference in the lives of people living with Parkinson's in our communities, and a responsibility to share something as well, to be open, to be honest about what we're doing, not to be competitive, not to try and score points over other organizations because of what we're doing, but to have a really kind of open conversation that means that we can all go back in a much stronger position. So today, it is about the presentations from up front and the discussion. But I hope that that what also will come out of this is a real sense of kind of relationship between groups. You've got in your booklets profiles of all of the organizations here with sense of what programs people are doing well, where people want to kind of learn. And I would just encourage people to take time to have a look at that. You know, maybe during my boring presentation this afternoon. You can all kind of read your handbooks and work out which organisations you want to network with. But it'd be fantastic, I think, if in the rest of this week we can be building on these conversations. And then at the last session today, we want to think about how do we make this into something that really is kind of ongoing, that maximises the opportunities for shared learning, that develops our global voice. So it is our day collectively. There's a lot of people, millions of people across the world looking to see what will come out of this. And I think it's our collective responsibility, therefore, to move things forward. So really hope that we all have a fantastic day and a fantastic week. So I want to introduce our first speaker, who's Marcus Cranston from 444 Parkinson's Foundation. But perhaps while Marcus comes to the stage, also all of the panelists for the first session could come and onto the platform as well. Thank you. Thank you, Marcus.